I don't know what's going on with Facebook, but they got a lot of technical difficulties going on their stuff. I mean it. So, I I do hope R. Kelly snitch, because I do want to know who else is involved. I think that's just a sad issue for him. I mean, it has to be other people involved. I'm sorry. I know it is. Someone, I mean, this is just me. Like, being molested by family, but molested by family members, I just can't see myself molesting others because someone else did it. Now, when I think about like Africa Bambaataa and stuff, he's not really, he's what, Jamaican or something, or it's some type of tribe or something from the Caribbean. And some countries think that's okay, you know, to molest kids or whoever it is. But I just think it's sick.
PJ Pro exclusive brand purchase box and Aldi's cover. Recent PJ Pro exclusive brand. Recently uploaded.
Yeah, I think that it is really sick, like I said, Aaliyah been dead for 20 years, and I mean, it was nothing ever brought up about. She never really said anything. People took it to their own self to say this, then the other, but I just hate that shit for R. Kelly, I think what is sad is, when I was, that movie on Netflix with Clive Davis, and when I was going over his stuff on Wikipedia, they was saying all of these black, people that are legends or whatnot to us that he brought into Arista or whatnot, and I looked at he has Aretha Franklin, and what I don't understand about the issue is, why do you give Aretha Franklin all of her royalties? You know what I mean? What I think is sad is this: for that man, the man is 89 years old. I know you ain't sucking no. That man is too old to be bending over, being the bottom and stuff with other men, and they're all human like us. But one thing I feel like is wrong is, and this is just a theory, if it is true about, some of our favorite artists up there molesting kids, and the Christopher Williams and P. Diddy controversy, Jaguar Wright, who told a lot, because she worked with them. Someone did that to them. Because some people want something so bad that they'll do whatever it is to get it. You know what I mean? And Clive Davis, gave him, P. Diddy, the Bad Boy record label, which was franchised through Clive Davis, and I'm pretty sure it still is, just like the rest of them. And I think that if he was bisexual back then, I think that he had a lot to do with producers wanting, oral sex from other men and stuff. or the same sex type of stuff. You know what I mean? And I really mean that. I mean, because, and I hate to just be like this, but that man is, well, he's not white, but he's Jew. He's a Jew. You know what I mean? From I forgot what they said, what kind of Jew he was on Wikipedia. And he was married twice and have children, right? Now, when I was, you can look at his kids, and he showed different kids, like P Diddy kids. It was some more singers and stuff, kids, I guess he claimed. You know what I mean? And I just think that's, he wrong for that shit. I can see P Diddy saying that shit about to his lawyer when she walked in on Christopher Williams and him. I could see him saying that because he say a lot of negative shit on making a band. Danny Kane, a bunch of stuff he said to those girls and those people. I mean, like, talk bad to them. And I believe that he don't know how to treat his employees or whatnot. And I just think that's sad if he did that just to have something. You know what I mean? And I think it's okay to come out now to say you bisexual or gay, but a lot of men aren't because they're on a down low. And I just think if that is going on, then why don't y'all speak up? Why not? Why? I mean, and celebrities have privilege, and they do have a little bit of power, but they don't have that much power. If they had power, then R. Kelly wouldn't be where he is. Bill Cosby, Weinstein. I think his name was Weinstein, Harvey Weinstein. But and it's more, but they wouldn't be where they were at. Now, people they speculate that Janis Joplin knew he was gay. Well, of course she probably knew he was gay. But when I read about her, she tripped. She had her heels on and she tripped over some type of mink rug or whatever she had. But that wasn't the cause of her death. The cause of her death was her ODing off of heroin. Now, if you look at all of Clive Davis's main people who he brought into the industry, from Janis Joplin to Whitney Houston, it's many of them. Most of his the people he brought in were on drugs. So, he was on drugs too. I don't care what nobody say. I mean, people, they're no different from us. Okay, no different from us. But one thing about me is like the Chris Strokes and the Marcus Houston controversial thing with Raz B, and it what you did know was RCA. Remember, they had switched to RCA, and I know by fact because I was a fan of Immature and IMX. Okay, they're we're like the same age, and RCA was run by Clive Davis. So, Usher still with RCA, Clive Davis. So, what I mean? And then when you see Clive Davis touching men's faces, I don't get that. I would have to tell that man, keep your dick beaters off of me. You know what I mean? I could see a woman, or a man, oh, he got something right here. I don't see men doing that to other men personally, but I could see a man doing that to a woman because men done to me, oh, you got something right here. You know what I mean? Yeah, I done seen women, you got something. You know what I mean? But for a man, and then you come out and say you're gay. You're not gay. You're bisexual. You know, and if you are, it's just disgusting. You know, I never really cared for Clive Davis. I thought he was, you know, I didn't know he could do all of that. I mean, but to come out and say that you are gay now, that's a controversy type of thing. And like going back to Marcus Houston and Chris Stokes, you know, and Raz B, what took so long to say it, to tell it? I mean, probably, I don't know.
What happened in the 90s are unusual change in spaces where LaGuardia, R. Kelly, and creative differences. That's
I
not
mean, I don't know, and
Dance 90s. Sorry, radio.
I don't want to start, you know, researching about it because it's sick. You know what I mean? I really never. I heard Chloe Bailey's music when she a little bit when she was on VMAs or something. I never really paid attention to her.
Jaguar Wright revealed Beyonce's real age. She went to school with Gabrielle Union, 2 feet 10, square number, height 76 years, 1 year ago, 7. Hairstyle, bro, for today, I'm on pretty much, but I'm so fresh.
I'm on YouTube because on my TV, but you know, when people research, they research and they're not wrong. You know, if they are wrong, it's the research that is wrong. You can only go so far with research because that's how it is. They're not going to put in every. I mean, they will if it comes national. Like if you Google a bunch of celebrities allegedly, you would see that it's on the Wikipedia or whatnot. So that's a good thing. But you know, I just think that's sick. I think that shit is sick. To sit up there and to know that I just sucked this man's dick for a record label. He made me, or that type of shit. I mean, I think that is sick. And then, I mean, and this is why I say it is because, and it's wrong because you don't want, if you think about if you got kids, when they run into something like that, I mean, it's just sick, really sick.